Hey guys, what's up? Today I want to talk about something that is maybe not super related to Genshin, but it is related to our beloved game company MiHoYo. And no, I'm not talking about them as a company, I'm talking about their games. Before doing that, it will be really huge if you guys can subscribe and let's get started. So the topic of today's video is MiHoYo's new game that's been in the kitchen called Zenless Zone Zero. So I've been looking at YouTube videos about people who got the closed beta test version and how it's played and what it looks like is very similar to a game that I've played for a long time, which is Honkai Impact Third, especially when it comes to combat. And to further elaborate on this, we have to first know the games. So, what is Honkai Impact? Honkai Impact is an action type RPG with a gacha element to it. It has a story that is told in these levels and combat that still, in my opinion, hold up to today's standards. But let's focus on the combat system and characters for now because this is what I really want to compare. So each characters have different weapons and different fighting styles, although they have the same names. They have different battle suits, which in my opinion, a really clever way to add more mechanics to the game without introducing a lot of new characters. But they do sometimes add new characters like Mobius and Vilvi and many others. Now, about how the characters fight in the battlefield is also unique not only because of different playstyles and all that, but also sometimes they have a completely different weapon in game and in the loadout. For example, Hersher of Sentience or Senti. In the loadout, she uses a gauntlet, but in the battlefield, she can use up to 4 different weapons, including ult. She can change and have different effects and looks and style to it. In maybe Genshin, the most comparable would be someone like Child or Riot Slay or Hazo, where Child can change his weapon and Ryo and Hazo punch instead of the traditional weapon style fighting. Another example of Honkai combat is Hersher of Flame Scion and her other version, Hersher of Origin. Hersher of Flame Scion in loadout uses guns, but in combat she uses this claymore looking weapon, which is cool, and also airborne combat. Aside from that aspect, the combat system also has rewardable dodges and quick time events, where dodges isn't just strafing left or right, and there are bonus damage and outcome when switching characters in the right time, which is something you don't really get in something like Genshin. I'm not saying it's bad because it does fit Genshin's playstyle. There is also one other aspect I would like to explain, and that is the Elysian Realm. The Elysian Realm is a sort of small open world area where you have to interact with NPCs to progress the story, and in some stories, you may encounter battles which are held at their specific level areas. And now we move on to what is Zenless Zone Zero. Zenless Zone Zero is an action type RPG that has a gacha and open world area to it. From the videos I saw, it has a small open world area with NPCs you can interact with to progress the story. It also has combat similar to Honkai Impact, where you go to battle in a secluded area with 3 characters, which has combos and quick time events as well. And since this type of combat is the normal combat, the grindy parts are also gonna be held in this style, which makes me realize that this is very similar to something I mentioned, which is the Elysian Realm. When I saw this game, I really can't help but draw similarities between the two, since it really is very similar. A small open world area to interact with NPCs, similar combat systems. It all just connects in my brain, or maybe I'm just going insane. But anyways, here comes my opinion about whether or not this is a good thing or a bad thing. And The answer is it is a good thing because I am a huge fan of Honkai Impact's combat system. It really adds more impact to it and it makes you feel like you just played the game. On top of that, the uniqueness makes it looks really good. I'm surprised Honkai Impact looks and design still holds up to today's standards, and Zenless Zone Zero is gonna be an entirely new game. That means it's probably gonna look and feel better, I hope. But anyways, looks like we can only wait and see. What do you guys think about this? Maybe this video makes you see something about Zenless Zone Zero that you haven't seen before. Or maybe it just takes you on a nostalgia trip to Honkai days because it really gives me chill whenever I see that cinematic while downloading the resources. And don't forget to check out the channel and subscribe to see more. Hit the like button if you like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.